How do you build that trust when you're connecting with new people and communicating the value, communicating the savings? But at the end of the day, there has to be a certain amount of trust in you, the person standing there talking to them. How do you build that still to this day in the industry?
I think the trust is built on when I make recommendations and help teach the technicians what to look for. At the end of the day, I'm saving the cost savings on their downtime is really great. And I've actually had one customer at one point say, I wouldn't trust anybody else in the world with my grease issues on my shovels than Ron Reiniger.
Wow. When you mentioned best practices, what does that mean? Both, and I'm going to ask it as sort of a two-part. From the Petro-Canada Lubricant side, what does that mean? And what is that expectation from the client side?
The best practices are basically coming with the experience of adjusting your lube systems and the amounts of the lubricant. It's more like the right amount of the right lubricant at the right place at the right time. And you have to do all those things to get it so that the customer, at the end of the day, saves money, and then you build the trust with that.
So are you setting that plan that you're not just selling the product then, you're actually setting that, you're actually putting that plan in place at their operation. Is that right?
I assist them in putting a plan in place.
You make recommendations.
Yeah.
Gord, I want to bring you in on this. And, it's been a while since we've done one of these features. Can you give us some updates on what's new, exciting, anything coming out that we should know about?
We've had some record temperatures over the summer, and getting into winter here, we don't know what we're after, but we've had some challenging times over the summer, no different than anybody else with supply interruptions and the global supply chain issues. Again, record high temperatures. We've really been taxing the lubricants and their longevity and their ability to operate in some of the equipment. And we've had to work really closely with our mining customers to try and deal with that excessive heat in some of those operations. And our focus this past summer has really been on solving issues as they come up and help our customers make the necessary changes to keep the operations running and profitable.
Gord, can you just walk us through a mining operation and really just paint a picture of why selecting these right lubricants within, and sometimes within changing environments is so important?
Absolutely. So going back 20 or 25 years ago, lubricant recommendations were a lot easier than they are today. The equipment was a lot easier, and very broadly stated, one size could fit all. And it's become more of a specialized kind of a game where you need specific lubricants for specific applications and specific duty cycles in different operations. Since then, there's been a lot of change and restrictions on emissions, for example, and there's a new engine category coming down the pike for 2027 that's even going to tighten that up more broadly. But there's been a focus on fuel economy improvements, capturing greenhouse gas reductions, and that really lends itself to one solution, does not fit all anymore. The sheer range of equipment used in an active mine, everything from 400-ton haul trucks, shovels, loaders, drills, dozers, cranes, just to name a few, all of which are withstanding excessive loads or are overloaded, and a wide range of temperature ranges where we have everything up north from -40 to even now in the summertime plus 40, and this last summer was no exception.
Yeah,
we had really excessive hot temperatures during the summer, and in some of these northern mining locations, it's been unseen in history. So when that happens, our job as tech advisors is to help the mine prepare in advance and reassess the products they're using in those operations, and we aim to increase the efficiency of the operations. And quite often we'll tweak a product recommendation based on the season or the ambient conditions that it's going to run in. And one of these areas we didn't get to last time was when I was in the hot seat was the world of shovel maintenance, and that's where Ron brings his expertise
and
his opinions.